we are still technically in the middle of the peak of the show. Hi everyone, welcome back to Just Jake Reviews. I review albums, movies, and sports games, and today we're back with another part of the series that you guys have been waiting for, Season 5 of The Office. These are the videos where I go over every single season of The Office, give my thoughts on it, touch on the most important parts, and yeah, we're on Season 5, so about, I guess you can call it the halfway mark, I guess. There's not really a halfway because it's only 9 seasons. But Season 4 did amazing. You guys actually seem to love these. These get amazing views. Season 4 is one of my most viewed videos, I would say. It's about almost 300 views. But yeah, Season 5, last time I talked about Season 4, which I thought Season 4 was underrated. Season 4 is top 3 seasons of the show for me. I would say Season 4 is fantastic. But Season 5... we got tons to talk about here. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. We got a lot of stuff to reach up on, whether it be new characters, whether it be a lot of stuff. So, without further ado, let's get started. 3, 2, 1, go. So first up, the 1-2 punch. So like I said, I think Season 4 is the season that has all the Part 1s and Part 2s. Season 5's got a few, but not a lot. For example, the opening 1-2 punch of Weight Loss Part 1 and Part 2. Funny episode, good start to the season. Michael wearing the fat suit's always a good time. You see that once on the whole show is pretty cool. Him and Holly are obviously building. We'll get into that in a few minutes, but they all go on the scale. They lose weight, they gain weight. Weight loss is good. Weight loss is funny. So just like we found out at the Season 4 finale that Angela and Dwight are doing it while she's with Andy because Andy proposed and she said okay. So Angela and 2 men. I'm not sure how I feel about that. But then again, obviously, I think we all prefer Dwight and Angela over Andy and Angela, obviously. But yeah, Andy and Angela are technically engaged, but she is having sex with Dwight because the whole contract thing. It's pretty funny. We also have Pam in art school. So Pam is actually not in a few episodes of the show. She actually leaves the show for a little bit in Season 5 because she's in art school. Or she takes that one job in New York, I believe. So Jim is obviously, he's not really doing, he's not really doing the best right now. He's kind of lonely. He's kind of just, it's not really his season. Oh boy, Jan is back. Don't you miss her? Yeah, that's what I thought. No one. Jan is pregnant, and Michael's not the father. Obviously, Michael thinks that he's the father because he's Michael. But I kind of felt bad for Michael in this scene a little bit. I don't know why. I was kind of like, man, I mean, I know he becomes a dad when the show ends, but I was kind of like, it'd be kind of cool if Michael was a dad. If Jan's baby was actually had Michael as the father, but it doesn't. And it's funny how they also thought that the baby's name was Astrid, but the baby's actually Astrid. Ryan is back from corporate. Apparently he works as a temp again with Michael in the office. So that's great if you're a Ryan hater. You're like, yeah, I get to see more Ryan, even though I fucking hate him. Awesome. I can't stand Ryan. I think Ryan sucks. Ryan's terrible. I hate him. I'll get into more of my hatred with him later on in the season, because man, oh man, does he get worse. This is an iconic moment. Jim and Pam get engaged. That's right. Jim at the gas station proposes to Pam, which is a beautiful scene. And I actually forgot how early this happened. I actually forgot how early this started in Season 5. Proposal was beautiful in the rain. We all saw it coming though. We just didn't know when it was going to happen. One of the best moments in television history. Oh yeah, I should have mentioned this, I think, in Season 4. But so we all know that goodbye Toby. Toby left for Costa Rica. Michael was happy, of course. That's how they got Holly. Toby getting injured in Costa Rica and being like full on paralyzed was actually kind of a funny bit. It kind of gives you a thing of like, oh my god, Toby just can't catch a break in life, which good, because screw Toby. Yeah, like I said earlier, Michael and Holly completely hitting it off. They might have not agreed in weight loss, but for pretty much, she's basically on Michael's side 24/7. These two, you could tell they're gonna be partners for life, right? Michael and Holly, the chemistry's building, and it's great. And also, like I said earlier, Jan had her baby. They all thought it was Astrid, but her baby's name is Astrid. Here's the thing, though. there's only a few moments in the show where I'm watching the show and I'm like, okay, I know Michael and the Office characters are not the smartest peas in the pod, but they'd be smarter than that. Like, I think Michael is smarter than that when he thought the baby's name was Ass Turd. Yeah, I get it. Funny joke. Haha. I feel like they had to put that in there as like a joke for the writers. Ass Turd. Michael would be a little smarter than that. Michael would know that it was Ass Turd. So you also get to notice that throughout the whole entirety of season 5, Andy and Angela are they're putting together wedding plans. So actually he's doing all the work because secretly Angela does not want to be with him. Andy keeps, bringing her ideas about like, hey, let's do this wedding, and obviously she's a picky little bitch. So she's like, nope, and nope. So he's like, this is tough, but I love you. I'm going to do this. Which, get a few points for Andy, a few points for Andy. So obviously, while Andy's doing all this, Dwight knows about the proposal because Dwight was there, so Dwight's obviously not happy. Dwight and Andy part 2, give me more. I love this. Dwight and Andy, best duel ever. Amazing duel. Dwight and Andy, I'm not gonna lie, I prefer Dwight and Andy over Jim and Dwight in terms of like hate/frenemies. Of course, season 5, you have the Bill Buttlicker prank, which is one of the best pranks ever. That actually comes from the episode Customer Survey, which is tied for the best episode of season 5, in my opinion. Another iconic moment, Holly gets transferred, and we got Toby back. Toby's back. What's Michael do? The iconic No God Please No clip. Yes, that came from this season. Iconic moments all around. This season's freaking crazy. So Michael's not happy. He's like, oh my god, Toby's back. Fuck, I wish he was dead or some shit like that. I don't know. Once again, Pam is in New York because she's taking an art class. Actually, what's pretty funny was her first time she went into her class, she was in the wrong class. So that's why, she's been taking the wrong class for like weeks now. So that's why she's stuck in New York. I have another weird question. I don't know why this season everyone is weird around Jim. Like, everyone's just like, I'm not going to say targeting, and I'm not saying they're hating him, because they don't really hate him yet. But everyone's acting like all, like, why are they acting like that in front of Jim? Like, and also, this actually didn't last that long, but Daryl and Kelly, see, you would think, okay, Daryl and Kelly would be a good couple, but I'm not sure they actually would. Because then eventually, like, once again, when Ryan does come back this season, you actually find out later on that Ryan is, Daryl and Kelly wants to make Ryan jealous by dating Daryl, which is kind of working, because then Ryan gets Kelly back and makes Daryl jealous. Doesn't help, bud. You're a loser. So then Pam comes back from art school. Great. Toby comes back. Michael's pissed. One episode that I really don't give a shit about in the show is the whole debate between Chairs and Copier. I don't give a shit. Chairs versus Copier is kind of stupid. It takes up too much time. Like, really? We got the Moroccan Christmas, amazing Christmas episode. Meredith gets her hair on fire. Intervention. Michael wants her to stop drinking, which will never happen because that's Meredith. Season 5 still has some great laughs. So a character in The Office that I'm not sure I talked about at all yet in any of these Office previews or Office reviews. Phyllis. Let's talk about Phyllis. Phyllis Vance, or Phyllis Lappin, but married to Bob Vance. We already said that, so Phyllis Vance. When I'm watching the show, I actually believe that Phyllis somewhat gets too much hate. Because every now and then, she'll say a one-liner, and I'm like, that's actually kind of funny. Like, that's actually kind of funny. But this season, it's like, okay, the reason why I have mixed reviews about Phyllis this season is because, I don't know about you guys, but I actually liked that Phyllis was the only one to know about Dwight and Angela having sex until later on. And then eventually Andy finds out, and it's just Andy versus Dwight again, which is peak cinema. Yeah, Andy vs. Dwight, Volume 3. The best cold open ever. The fire drill is the greatest cold open ever, and arguably one of the best episodes ever with stress relief, which is the one episode everyone knows. The CPR dummy, beautiful, comedy gold. Fire drill is probably top 3 funniest scene in the whole show. The roast of Michael Scott. Amazing roast. Comment down below, who did the best roast on Michael? I would say, Andy's song he does is pretty good. What I like about you, you really suck as a boss. That's hilarious. I'll go Jim's. I like Jim. So once again, we're going back to Phyllis and Angela. Angela is in a pickle because she is dating basically 2 men, but she's not really dating Dwight. And Phyllis knows about it, and no one else does. So since Angela is the bossy bitch who runs the party planning committee, Phyllis wants to run it, and she was like, you do this thing, or I'll tell everyone else, or I'll tell Andy that you are sleeping with Dwight. And she's like, fine. So they get in a bunch of arguments. Michael's like, you know what, you're done. Let's have Jim and Dwight run the party planning committee. And you guys already know what thumbnail I'm going to use for this video. This picture right here. Going back to Karen, actually. Karen's pregnant. Karen is pregnant, which is, once again, I enjoy seeing Karen, and I actually like seeing, like, a small subplot around her. I love when Michael and Pam visit her, and the first thing he says is that Pam's face? Amazing. God. Dude, I'm realizing that this scene is fire. This scene is so good. We have a new boss alert. The end of season 5, this is where Charles Minor comes into business. Idris Elba, Charles Minor, is the new boss. This is where Michael quits his job, and what does he do? The Michael Scott Paper Company. Oh man, dude. The Michael Scott Paper Company is also top 2 best episode of the whole season. Amazing. I don't know about you guys, but my thoughts on Charles Minor. So the first 2 times I ever watched the show, I hated him, right? It's kind of a fair and like pretty popular opinion to hate Charles Minor, right? Because he's kind of a dick. He just wants to get to work. But as I watched the show, like just recently, I'm like, dude, I love Charles Minor. The way that he just gets to work and he's a boss that doesn't fall for anyone's bullshit. I'll be honest with you, we all love Jim. Jim's great, but it was nice to see someone hate Jim. It was. I thought it was a good thing to have somebody hate Jim finally. Because yes, you are wondering, okay, yes, don't get me wrong, Jim is one of the best characters of the whole show. But Jim is sometimes too likable. And it's like, okay, like everyone has to love you. No, Charles Minor's like, I ain't falling for your shit. We also get the introduction to Erin. Oh, I love Erin so much. We will get into her more often in season 6. Erin is amazing. And also you get to see something special. During the Michael Scott Paper Company thing, you get to see Dwight versus Michael, which is something you've always wanted to see. You know, Michael wants to steal Dwight's clients. Michael did steal a few of their clients. And Michael and Dwight are going back and forth, and it's amazing. And it's kind of a different side of Michael. You don't get to see a real dark side of him a lot, it's kind of refreshing. Pam's a salesperson because obviously for Michael Scott Paper Company, she starts off at sales. Comes back, does sales in the office. And then, how you guys feeling about the finale? The finale of Beach Games, where Pam is pregnant. They find out that Pam is pregnant. Jim's reaction says it all. I'm not gonna lie, the first time I ever watched the show, I was completely shocked at this ending. Shocked. Amazing. The 2 worst episodes are Business Ethics or The Surplus. The Surplus is, they're both just kind of boring. But yeah, that will be all for season 5. Wow, what a fucking season. This season is stacked. I am just realizing how gassed this season is. We're on a good run of season 2. Season 2 through 5, so far we're on a good run. We got 4 seasons left. Should be a lot of fun. And we got tons to unpack in season 6. So, thank y'all for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, do all that fun stuff. Comment down below any office things. I got you. I'll answer you. Let's chit chat. And I will see you on the next one. Peace.